Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 2. First of all, it was great to meet you the live session last week, as well as getting to see your post on the discussion board. Thanks for those of you that were able to upload a picture too. It's always great to see you outside of the little box on the screen when we share on the live session. So, a lot of you shared that you don't have a full, clear picture of school finance, and that's great because this class will get that picture for you, or at least start giving you a frame to try and put the pieces of the puzzle together when looking at school finance. So let's look at this week and what does week 2 entail. So the overall topic for this week is looking at adequacy versus equity. Really discussing, equity is a big conversation that we have, but what's the adequate amount for equity? What truly is, when talking about education, the adequate amount, which is a challenging conversation when talking about finance. Because equity means, again, not the equality, giving the same amount to everyone, but looking at the needs of students and that need for being able to access that same learning point. What is it going to take? So again, you'll be reflecting this week on that, and really going to be looking at primarily the topics of looking at continued history for California. There's going to be a couple articles to give you a little more in-depth journey of where we are to finally get up to LCFF. So this week there's not going to be a lot of reading on local control formula funding, but you're going to see how we've gotten to that point. Talk about 2009, and flexibility spending is where the articles will go. So let's talk about what is truly needed to complete this week. So where you see instructor overview video right here, you're viewing it right now means you're able to click on it either through the announcement or the link that will be posted here once I'm completed with this. So the readings for this week, chapters 3 and 4 of your school finance book. And I know that it says the materials on CD. I need to be clear, if you happen to get the previous editions, it will be a CD that'll have the quizzes, vocab terms, and a little bit more of information. But if you did get that 11th edition, it will be a website link that you will access and be able to complete and sign up for and complete online. So just know that they are the same thing. But there are 3 different components that are not in the text that you will be looking at this week. First is the WestEd article, from equity to adequacy. So that is this article right here. It's about 8 pages. A great insight from WestEd, and again, I want to reference here, it's from July 2000, but still a great thinking point, thought perspective on what really is considered adequacy, and looking at funding schools not only through an equality or equal amount, but looking at what's adequate to be able to instruct schools. I think it's some of the forework of LCFF when you start to think about it, because LCFF is really looking at adequacy and equity together. So it's a great article to read that way. The next one is an article that's more of a historical article. And again, here it says California's new school funding flexibility. This really is written back in 2011, right after the Great Recession, again, is what 2009 is called, and talking about the flexibility California gave into spending. There's some great charts and data in here just showing you how spending is allocated, or tiers of levels that came into flexibility. So just giving you that historical perspective that we're still fighting and trying to understand how does this apply to local control formula funding. So just some insight for you on that. And the last link is going to be a link to the LAO office, or Legislative Analyst Office. Again, this is the legislator who really just analyzes the budget for the state of California. Supposedly has no political parties, but just gives a view of what the true focus of the budget looks like. So this is a past budget. It's a video. Some of you, it might come up where you need to load the Adobe Flash, load it, and you'll get to here as well and see this about 5-minute video. And then you click on the others and looking at the resources and revenues that are coming in. So just great information, and you can go more current if you want, but this is a great insight. So those are the 3 extra components that are expected for this week on top of chapters 3 and 4 of the reading. So there is a learning module. Again, that focus will be still on the history and education, funding schools. So keeping up with that history. So There is the discussion board for the week. The discussion board, there's actually two of them. One is going to ask you in calculating a district's unduplicated count, asking you to go to the CDE, California Department of Education website that looks and tries to describe the unduplicated count for funding students. You'll be able to look up your district and then give your reflection on that. Again, taking back to the articles that you've read, as well as the second one is the changing demographics of California. Really a look at our minority students and the change from that white California to a diverse California. So being reflective on that, reading there on top of what you've read about looking at the equity and adequacy issue as well. So there are two discussion boards for this week, making sure you post to both by Thursday night of this week at 11:59, and responding to two other colleagues, classmates, I'm sorry, not colleagues, but classmates, in both posts by 11:59 on Sunday of this week. So that gets us into looking ahead. Forgive me, I did skip the Christian message, and I shouldn't do that. There's just that focus of looking at Luke 16. Read it, and then look at being worldly wealthy and trustworthy, and the riches in heaven and what we're investing in. Still hard though, because I know we battle. Quite a couple of you are in LAUSD, and I'm recording this before Monday, and knowing that you're going to step out there, that investment in the fighting for not only pay for you as teachers, but what's right for students as well. Just that reflection there, and being Christ to all, and even in the battling times that we have right now. So just a reflection point, and then planning ahead. Hopefully by now you've set up an interview with an administrator to talk about your current school site budget, because you will be presenting it in 5 to 10 slides as to the essence of thinking of your staff, to give them that update of where we are, where your staff is or school is in the budget. Knowing that you also could ask questions for assignment number 5, which is the proposed budget for the next school year. But just know that that's coming, and then we will be getting you assigned to your groups, and I will be getting that out. So just a reminder for you, please don't hesitate to contact me. My phone number again is in the Meet Your Instructor section. That phone number right there, you can call, you can text. You're also welcome to email me, and I look forward to connecting with you. I hope that you have a great week, and don't hesitate to call if you have any questions. God bless.